Loading when asked if he was the Fremantle official who had harassed the woman, Lyon said, "Fundamental to the AFL's respect and responsibility policy is privacy for all parties, and clearly I need to respect that, and I'm not in a position to answer. It was a workplace matter resolved by the club, and the AFL Integrity Unit investigated it, and there's been no sanction handed down." Lyon also couldn't say if the confidential nature of the complaint cast unfair aspersions on all male employees at Fremantle. "No one is in a position to breach that. I can only refer you back to the privacy everyone is under with the AFL policy. No one is in a position to comment any further. Everyone at the club has had the AFL's position," statement reiterated, as the club's position has been, "To keep the clarity, it's understood the woman has not worked since leaving the Dockers. She lodged a complaint with Work Cover in early 2017. Negotiations between the woman's lawyer and the club took several months before a settlement was reached before Christmas." A source close to Lyon said a deal had been struck with the complainant, which required non-disclosure of the agreement. The woman, understood to have been part of Fremantle's administrative staff, had usually worn casual clothes at the club, but on the night had dressed up. It's understood Lyon made a comment about her clothing. The AFL and Fremantle Football Club insist the matter is closed, but league chief executive Gillan McLaughlin inadvertently inflamed the issue at a media conference on Friday in Perth for the inaugural Western Derby at the new $1.8 billion Optus Stadium. The AFL boss said he was entirely comfortable with what's happened at Fremantle. "Our integrity unit has looked at it and ruled out imposing any sanction. Every aspect of the case was looked at, almost immediately when the complaint came to life," McLaughlin said. The AFL chief did not deny the former Dockers employee had received a payment, and said the league's updated respect and responsibility policy was about resolving the issue between the complainant and the person who they are making the allegation against. However, his comments sparked debate and criticism on Saturday that he had endorsed hush money, a point the AFL denied to The Age. McLaughlin had added, "It's entirely appropriate and part of the policy for it to be confidential. There's a wide series of options available for getting resolution. There are many cases that are resolved confidentially. That's one of the core tenets of the policy. Where possible and where appropriate, the confidentiality remains because it's resolving the issue at hand between the two parties rather than actually being something for public debate. I think it's unfortunate when it comes out. Unfortunate for the complainant and the person who is being complained against." Following The Age's revelation on Monday, Dockers chief executive Steve Ross released a statement. "We want to reiterate what we have said previously on a number of occasions and which has been reinforced by the AFL. This was a workplace matter that has been resolved by the club and independently investigated by the AFL's Integrity Unit at the request of the club, the subject of the complaint, and with due respect and care for our former employee," he said. With regard to the requested investigation under the AFL's Respect and Responsibility policy, the league completed it some months ago to the AFL's and the club's full satisfaction, and no sanction was imposed. At the core of the AFL's Respect and Responsibility policy are guidelines around maintaining and respecting the privacy of all parties, and we will continue to abide by that and will not comment any further. The Dockers had not responded to multiple requests for comment by phone, text and email from The Age before the story was published. The AFL also released a statement, confirming an incident at the Dockers had been referred to the AFL Integrity Unit at the request of the club and the subject of complaint. The AFL Integrity Unit investigated the matter in accordance with the league's Respect and Responsibility policy. The matter was resolved following an investigation, which ensured privacy and care and provided full transparency for all relevant parties, the statement said. Amid heightened speculation, Lyon was asked about the incident after the Dockers' Round 4 match against Greater Western Sydney and Canberra, but would only add, "I'm certainly aware of that, and I'm aware that the club and the AFL have released a statement and the whole club will reference that statement, and no one's in a position to comment any further." With John Pierrick.